This is the trading review for Tuesday, the 31st of October 2023. And I fell behind a little bit on reviews for this day, but this is for that Tuesday, and we had Nvidia as an inside day, and it was bullish, but we were opening very low in the pivots. We actually opened below S3, so that gave us a nice opportunity to play a S3 rejection, which should actually be a buying area, but opening that low into the pivots was going to result in us bleeding down if we fail to stop at S4, if we fail to find buyers at that level. And that's what happened. We actually didn't even have a chance to make an entry at S4. S3, at the S3 area, we had a nice test and open test drive here, where we tried to get back into the Monday's daily range. We failed. We rejected S3, and on the engulfing of the 2-minute was a perfect opportunity to make an entry, and it just run down. There was no opportunity to enter there. We had an opportunity at S6 where we form a doji. Well, it's kind of a fat hammer, so it wasn't the best of signals, but on the engulfing I could have made an entry long, partial add at S5 on the pullbacks, and then get allowed here for a nice day, but that's not what happened. I was very tempted to take it, but didn't take it. And then I waited to see what will happen at S4 again, and I waited for that signal, but I noticed that price was stalling at the pre-market low, which could have been a continuation play pretty much of the reaction of S3 for a rundown. And we started to throw some wicks here that were showing signals of resistance. We closed a 5-minute candle on a doji, and here was a hotkey mistake that resulted on this entry. I was actually trying to place a limit order for an entry at 402.50, and I pressed the short at the bid hotkey, so I just made an entry at the market price at the time. So I had to struggle with that entry. I should have gotten out immediately, and but I didn't. I held, and then I just got out at break even as soon as he came back, and then we formed another doji here on the 5-minute, and we were closing on a hammer after the reaction of 403 and 403.50. So I pulled the trigger here, and we actually had a nice run down. I partial aggressively because we still had to test the 20 moving average for 2 to 1. And then I realized that I wasn't in the best mindset to hold and then have to attempt another trade again, especially after that mistake with my hotkeys. So I decided to get allowed. So those were 2 trades, 2 rejections of the S level. And ended the day at minimum daily goal. So this was break even. This was a win. This was 0, and this was 2.1. And that's it for my trading review for that day. I did follow rules. I had an excellent pre-market analysis, adapted to changing market conditions. It's never nice to have to deal with a failure of the system, pretty much, which is what at a short at S3 is. That's you're betting that the system is gonna fail, and the system works most of the time, which is why it's a system. So I had to adapt to the changing market conditions, which is why I developed that strategy, the XS strategy, because that's what it does. It just it's a play for when the for the rare chances that the system is looking to fail. So I had to adapt to those changing market conditions, and recover after a mistake. We did hit our goal. We executed 100%. We actually took two trades. It counts as a winning, even though it's a break even, and resulted in 2.1, which is wonderful. And that will be the end of October, technically. So it should be a long week. And this is the trend review for Wednesday. Okay, so that's fine. And that's it for the trading review for Tuesday.